Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff exits, but 23-year-old saves American hope at Wimbledon reaching semifinals. Amanda Anisimova is making it big at Wimbledon. After battling through a titanic last 16 match against the hard-hitting Linda Noskova, the American youngster is now playing her second quarterfinal at the championships. Amanda finally breaks through into her first semifinals at the tournament. With fellow Americans Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and Madison Keys all ousted early, this 23-year-old showed true grit and spirit to clinch her win. Anisimova wasted no time making her mark in Tuesday's quarterfinal, breaking Pavlyuchenkova's serve in just 3 minutes with a blistering forehand. That early spark set the tone, as Anisimova stormed through 6 of the first 7 games in under half an hour. She's now a perfect 28-0 this year when she wins the opening set. The American finished the match with 26 winners, 17 more than Pavlyuchenkova, and extended her head-to-head dominance to 4-0. With an 11-2 record on grass this season, she's hitting new career highs. After reaching the Wimbledon quarterfinals in 2022 and missing the main draw last year, she returns in 2025 at a career-best number 12 in the world. Her grass court form has been red-hot. The 23-year-old was a finalist at Queen's, falling to Tatiana Maria's crafty slices, and then made the quarters in Berlin before losing to Ludmila Samsonova. That momentum carried into Wimbledon, where she's looked more confident than ever. Amanda Anisimova isn't new to the spotlight. She made waves back in 2019 at Roland Garros, becoming the first player born in the 2000s to break into the quarterfinals. Her dream run ended in the semis at the hands of Ashley Barty, but Anisimova had well and truly arrived. By 2022, life had flipped the script with the heartbreaking loss of her father. And as Jim Courier aptly puts it, the scar may still linger in her mind, even as she plays some of her finest tennis yet on the lawns of SW19. X-Pro opens up about Amanda Anisimova's hardships. On July 6th, Tennis Channel's YouTube viewers got a real look at Amanda's journey. Thanks to Jim Courier, the X-Pro got candid, saying the scar might still be lingering inside Anisimova's mind despite playing some of the best tennis of her career at SW19. He reflected, "She burst on the scene as a semifinalist at Roland Garros, right? Young woman playing the sport, and then life intervenes. She had some real stuff. Her father passed away, took some time away to regroup, and now she's on the verge of making another semifinal here against Pavlyuchenkova." Courier even tipped Amanda to beat the Russian in their Wimbledon quarterfinal. He didn't stop there. "You can just see it means more now than it did then. She was innocent when she first burst on. She's had the real world come up and give her, a real dose. So, it's going to be deeper and meaning for her," Courier said, explaining why this Wimbledon run feels extra special. He noted that pain and loss can push players to greatness, but it's never easy. Courier pointed to Amanda's tears after beating Linda Noskova 6-2, 7-5, 6-4 in the round of 16. Sometimes it's harder when it means more like this to overcome that scar tissue that you're carrying. So, that's why I think why she was crying after the win. That's a massive moment for her, he said. It's clear why Courier thinks Amanda Anisimova's got a lot on her mind, even as she's making headlines at Wimbledon. She said herself that overcoming those demons takes real work. With her recent form, could she shock world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka on July 10th? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay updated with all the Wimbledon action on Essentially Sports Live blog. A shockwave at SW19. Coco Gauff's stunning exit. On July 1st, 2025, the tennis world at Wimbledon was rocked to its core. Coco Gauff, fresh off her triumphant coronation at Roland Garros in early June, stumbled into Court 1 and found herself facing the enigmatic Ukrainian, Diana Yastremska. It was a clash that seemed heavy with symbolism. Can the two-time Grand Slam champion maintain momentum, or would a rising underdog emerge? The result, a stunning 7-6-3. 6-1 mauling at the hands of a ferocious Yastremska. Standard.co.uk. +11. AlJazeera.com. +11. ABC.net.au. +11. Gauff, who had soared to number 2 in the world and briefly held the French Open crown, appeared in shock as she took the court. AlJazeera.com. +1. People.com. +1. Comments from both players gave a window into the emotional undercurrents. Yastremska described it as something special. AlJazeera.com. +1. People.com. +1. While Gauff admitted she'd been mentally overwhelmed after Paris, struggling to find rhythm and consistency on the grass. NYPost.com. +15. ESPN.com. +15. People.com. +15. Serve under siege. The stats painted a portrait of unraveling tension. 9 double faults, 29 unforced errors, just 6 winners. Gauff's serve collapsed, and her forehand faltered. The Times CEO.UK. +15. AlJazeera.com. +15. Crisping.com. +15. The match saw Yastremska break 4 times, leveraging a momentum swing that Gauff never stemmed. ABC.net.au. +14. SkySports.com. +14. Crisping.com. +14. This wasn't merely a loss, it was a cultural reverberation, the second time in 3 years that Wimbledon punished her early. And more. Gauff joined an avalanche of dropped American stars. Jessica Pegula went out in the same opening salvo. Frances Tiafoe followed in round 2. For American tennis, it felt like an implosion. TheGuardian.com. +15. TalkSport.com. +15. People.com. +15. The American drought deepens, then a glimmer of hope. Wimbledon 2025 has become an unprecedented vortex. A record number of seeds fell early, 36, eclipsing any Grand Slam volatility in the Open era. ABC.net.au. +11. Reuters.com. +11. Crisping.com. +11. 2 of the top 3 women's seeds, Gauff and Pegula, bowed out in round 1. en.wikipedia.org. Suddenly, the American hope label felt threadbare. But amid the chaos, one name began to gather attention. Amanda Anisimova, age 23, the 13th seed, whose performance has steadily shown as others around her faltered. A resurgence on grass. The narrative of Anisimova's surge is compelling. After failing to qualify last year, she's now through to her first Wimbledon semifinal, following a gutsy 6-1, 7-6, 9 win over Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. The Times CEO.UK. +8. Reuters.com. +8. APnews.com. +8. It's her first major semi since receiving major attention in 2019 at Roland Garros. In the second set, Pavlyuchenkova rallied, saving 2 match points and rattling Anisimova, but the American held firm, ultimately closing it on her 4th chance. APnews.com. +1. UPI.com. +1. Reuters.com. The sight of Amanda celebrating with family, her nephew watching courtside, evoked echoes of previous American success stories. Reuters.com. Carrying the flag. Anisimova's success marks the first time an American woman has reached the Wimbledon semis since Serena Williams in 2019. The Times CEO.UK. +15. en.wikipedia.org. +15. APnews.com. +15. That drought, stretching more than half a decade, felt manageable until now. Amanda didn't just fill the void. She began shining through it. Her semifinal awaits world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka, an electrifying clash, one of contrast. Raw American flair versus the Belarusian steely dominance. Reuters.com. +2. Business-Standard.com. +2. The Times CEO.UK. +2. 2 Americans diverging paths. It's striking. Where Gauff imploded, Anisimova has thrived. A snapshot. Storyline Coco Gauff Amanda Anisimova. Age 21-23. Seeding 213. Grass pedigree struggles persist. Never passed round of 16 at Wimbledon. ESPN.com. +5. Business-Standard.com. +5. TalkSport.com. +5. Breakthrough. Defeats top 50 players. Enters first slam semi. Mental narrative overwhelmed from French Open. Serve collapsed, calm resilience. Poised under pressure in tiebreak. Gauff's exit stung, and she admitted that transitioning from one Grand Slam to the next in quick succession left her underprepared. People.com. Anisimova, far from the limelight earlier in her career, seems unburdened by the pressure of expectation. Her composure on grass, often a tricky surface, has been her greatest ally. American tennis in transition. For years, the U.S. has searched for a torchbearer akin to the Serena Pete era. Gauff, with her French Open and U.S. Open titles, once seemed poised to inherit that mantle. But Wimbledon's grass has proven stubborn. Gauff's sixth attempt ends in round one again. The problem transcends one player. Francis Tiafoe, Pegula, they all exited early. Talksport.com. American men and women both seemed unable to withstand the seed avalanche. Amanda's success, then, fills two narrative voids. It disrupts the sense of American decline at the Slam, and it pivots attention to a fresh, hopeful, skillful, composed, driven, and born for the moment. The wider Slam story. Here's how the tournament is shaping up. Men's draw. Alcaraz extends a 23-match winning streak, advancing to face Taylor Fritz, the lone American man, in the top half. The Times.co.uk. +2. TheGuardian.com. +2. APnews.com. +2. Women's semis. Sabalenka versus Anisimova. And Sabalenka hopes to secure her first Wimbledon final after lessons learned in her quarterfinal win against Siegmund. TheGuardian.com. +2. Reuters.com. +2. APnews.com. +2. Amid this swirl, Anisimova is the sole American standing, geared up to revive the nation Slam's legacy on grass. A tale of two Midwest girls. On one hand, Gauff, young, fiery, internationally adored, falls victim to mental fatigue, service misfires, and abrupt grass adaptation. On the other, Anisimova, softer spoken, less spotlighted, rises like a phoenix through grit and poise. Amanda's semifinal isn't just a match, it's a milestone. It's hope on grass. It's the U.S. awaiting its next star to emerge under the English sun. What lies ahead? For Gauff, time to rebuild mentally and technically, especially adapting serve to grass. With the hard-court swing ahead, including Cincinnati and Flushing Meadows, she has a runway to rebound. Business-Standard.com. +2. Standard.co.uk. +2. Crisping.com. +2. For Anisimova, a semi-final clash with Sabalenka awaits, a chance to test if her composure can withstand world-class pressure. If she advances, she'll carry America's hopes into the Wimbledon final, the only American shot left standing. In closing, the torch passes. Wimbledon 2025 is flipping American tennis on its head. Gauff's upset is seismic, but Anisimova's ascent is electric. Where one falters, the other flourishes. The court is set for a new narrative, one of unity, redemption, and American grit. Amanda Anisimova is now carrying the torch. Her semifinal run isn't just about her. It's about the future of U.S. tennis on grass courts. In an unpredictable tournament full of shakeups, one thing is clear. American hope has found a new face. If you'd like a deeper profile on Anisimova, details about her semifinal opponent, or how this moment is viewed inside tennis circles, just let me know. I'd be happy to dive deeper.